Yep, it's another one of these again. So, will Wuthering Waves be dead on arrival? Um, Maybe. There's a chance. So, biggest things I want to go over are kind of some topics that this video here, the 5 worst features in Wuthering Waves, CBT touches up on. I'm not going to play the video, but I recommend you go watch it by Grey Raven Radio. I'm going to have it in the description below. But basically, the game is similar to Genshin. I mean, you're just going to say that. So one of the issues they touch up on is kind of design. Character design, UI design. I like the character design, first of all. I think that that's not going to be much of a problem. It's going to be a little different than Genshin, but it'll be fine. UI design is just how these games work. It's a gacha game. They all have the same damn UI. It's like every single Battle Royale game has the same damn UI. It's just how it goes with these kinds of games. But the big 3 other ones they talked about were essentially leveling up, resource management type stuff, gacha system, which obviously is going to be important, and the overworld experience. I'm going to do these like this. So overworld experience, I think, is going to be cool. However, the colors are muted. I'm just going to say that right now. I wish it was a little bit more vibrant with like flowers and stuff, but it feels very like dark and gloomy. I understand from a story standpoint, I believe it's supposed to be that way for whatever reason, but if it's pink, make it pink. Like, it doesn't need to be some washed out, like, kind of semi-red, but, like, bland, right? It doesn't need to be that way. It could have a little bit more pop where pop needs to be. Just from the closed beta, from what I've seen of it. The other thing is leveling system. Every gacha's got a bitch of a leveling system. I don't care what it is. They all suck. They take a long time. It's hard to make them level up, and then it's hard to gear them and make them stronger. Every gacha game's like that, because as a free-to-play, they want you to spend more money on stamina and stuff so that you can progress further faster. They want your money. They are time-gating things so that they get your money. That is how every single gacha game works. So there's no use complaining about that. It's just going to happen. Final thing, gacha. It's like, hopefully they've got a good gacha system. Yes, I agree. In PGR, their pity is at 60. And it's guaranteed the character if it's their release banner. Wuthering Waves probably ain't going to be that. I'm going to say it right now. PGR is real good. Wuthering Waves probably is not going to be that. They're probably going to copy very closely to Genshin and Honkai Star Rail as far as their gacha system works and their banner rates and stuff. Biggest thing they could do is increase the rates a little higher than Genshin's, and Star Rail's, because it would actually make the allure for free to play is a little bit higher. But they're still going to keep it probably pretty similar, and that's just something we're going to have to live with. Let's just hope that they do the post-update weapon banner for those games instead of like Homa and prior Genshin, because if their banners are like that, the game will literally just die immediately. But they ain't going to do that, because no one's stupid enough to make that mistake again. Whew. Damn, right? But essentially, will Wuthering Waves be dead on arrival? It comes down to 3 key factors for me, right? Outside of this video that I talked about, the worst features in the CBT, it's 3 main features here. The first one for me is, what is its mass appeal going to be? Second one is, how good's its marketing going to be? The third one is, what's its longevity? First one, appeal. It has to appeal to players. And this is where I fear that the difficulty of the combat might not appeal to many players. The thing with Genshin is the combat was easy, but you could take it to such a high level. Genshin's combat system is one of the best of all time in any game ever. Genshin's combat system was amazing, and it crushes me to think that they're never going to actually be able to utilize it well. Wuthering Waves is going to have a combat system similar, but also combined with what PGR does, and you get the QTEs with your teammates. You only get three teammate or yeah, yourself and then two teammates. You don't get three teammates alongside who you're playing right now. And it's a little bit more movement based and flowy. From what I've seen, the combat looks very good. I'm going to love it. I love that combat, but it's going to skill diff some people, and some people might not like that. And the appeal is going to very quickly become, ha ha ha, skill issue. And then people are going to quit because it's too hard. Or they'll keep playing and get better, but a lot of people are probably going to quit because it's too hard. It's not the kind of game that's going to hold your hand from what it looks like, which is good. We need less hand-holdy games, but it is going to, at some point, happen. It is going to, there's going to be a point, probably the first like main boss, where players are going to no longer want to play the game anymore because it is going to get too difficult for a lot of players to want to put the effort in. The second one was, what is their, how are they going to promote the game? Genshin had hella ads. To this day, they have hella ads. Genshin's all over my phone at any given time. Will Wuthering Waves be able to do that? We don't know, really. PGR got almost no promotion at all. Wuthering Waves hopefully gets more promotion. Just kind of overall, I want to see some Wuthering Waves ads. I want to see like commercials and stuff for it. I want to see it around. I don't want to see it just hide in the background like PGR, because if it does, it will not succeed. Not to the level that it could, and not to the level that is there, because Genshin is falling apart currently, right? So it's up to the developers to see what they want to do for promotion. The third biggest one was the longevity. How bad is the stamina gating gonna be? Because if the stamina gating is really bad, it's gonna be hard in the short term to want to play. Unless there's things outside of stamina that lets you play them. Spiral Abyss and Genshin Impact. Boom, right? But biggest point of longevity, what is the end game? Co-op exists from what I know. That'll be good. Is it cross progression, or you only progress the one player's world? That's the host. That's a question. The next question is, how's guilds gonna work? If there's clans or guilds or whatever you want to call them, like, how are they gonna work? Will they be good? Will there be raid bosses? Will there be just a boss you fight for score and progress the clan and get rewards? Will there be boss events where you fight a boss once a week and try to get the highest score you can, and there's a leaderboard, and then the higher you are, the more rewards you get? Will there be PvP? There's probably not going to be PvP. But the PvP VE or PvEVP aspects that could be in the game would be awesome. There could be end game content that's actually hard that you could do. Spiral Abyss and Genshin, my account is like kind of built. And I have relics on people that suck balls and they're leveled and stuff, and I can clear most content of Spiral Abyss. Floor 12 has eluded me, but at the same time, I only played for like 3 months. And I'm free to play. And I did not farm well. I really had to fix I spent about a month and a half just trying to level my characters up from 40 because I farmed relics too early, right? So a little bit of a different story over here, but will there be content where you actually have to theory craft and min-max the shit out of your characters? Because in Genshin, once you have your characters built, you no longer play the game anymore because you've beat it. There's nothing more. It does not get harder from there. The Spiral Abyss only gets more niche where you have to bring certain characters in, which is honestly not a good thing. Star Rail, it's a good thing because you get given everything you basically would need in Star Rail other than an imaginary character. In Genshin, you don't get given shit. In Wuthering Waves, I'm assuming you also won't be given anything. So is the endgame content going to be you need certain characters, or is it going to be this is just really hard? And that's the thing, is it could just be really hard because the dodge mechanic in the game is good. And the way bosses fight is cool. So if you just have to dodge a lot, the endgame content could be crazy. There could be like, so there's the end of the tutorial boss is the crownless or whatever the heck. It's like some fallen angel dude with a sword. Let me, in the end game, fight like 10 of those fuckers at once, right? You have 10 of these guys just flying down at you, and you've got to dodge them all and fight them all, and that'd be a crazy like boss rush, right? Another idea, take all the bosses in the game, like in the story and shit that you fight throughout the story, put them in a boss rush. You fight them back to back to back to back to back. No heals or nothing. You got to do it with the team you have. Right? That'd be crazy. You can have Spiral Abyss where you do it for your stars and stuff and get your rewards, but have end game stuff that's really, really hard. That the goal isn't so much to farm it for materials and resources as it is to, this is where you are tested and are you still keeping up with the game? Because if you don't keep up with the game and you're not farming your relics and stuff, if you, like, let's take, for example, Genshin Impact. If you were able to 36 star the Abyss, the first Abyss that came out, now you could not barely beat the 9th floor. It slowly over time progressively got more difficult. It took way too long to get there, but it got more difficult over time. But could this like end game content for Wuthering Waves be like, oh, last month you could clear me, this month, oh, good luck, buddy, right? Like, is it going to, the damage check's going to get higher? The skill diff is going to get higher. It's going to really push players to their limit. And I want that. I want Spiral Abyss type content. I want like a PvP, VE kind of clan battles type thing almost, where you're trying to compete with other clans. And I want PvEVP, where you're trying to compete for who can clear this boss the fastest on a boss event once a week type thing. That would be crazy, and that the game would thrive off of that, because you know theory crafters would just absorb it, and the content of that game would blow up because you'd be able to make so much content all the time for it, because there'd be constantly stuff to do. And the game's gameplay is amazing. Like in Genshin, at some point you make a team comp video and you're done. In this game, you could just dodge a lot. You could just dodge a lot and make it look cool, and boom, video, right? So Wuthering Waves has a lot of potential, but if the developers don't act upon it well, there could be an issue. And I don't want there to be an issue. I really want to be able to grind out the game, but it could be slow to start with bad not production. What's the word I'm thinking of? Ads and stuff. Promotion. If it's bad promotion, it could be a slow to start. And if it is not going to have crazy end game and stuff, it could be very quick to finish, which is unfortunate. But if they find their little spot, it could be the top earning gacha game. It really could. I mean, given PGR's lived and is pretty popular and is lived off of like 1 million a month compared to Genshin's like 80 million a month. If Wuthering Waves is really good, Wuthering Waves could pass everything on the market right now, because there needs to be a spot filled by where Genshin used to be and where Star Rail is going to kind of teeter in and out of depending on the banner. So we will kind of see where it goes. I hope it's really good, but there is worst case scenario. It's just fucking gone off rip, but hopefully it's not. And hopefully we get to see some good stuff. And this is also my input for like, if the devs see this, hi devs, do what I said, you know, cause like it'll make the game good. Add a lot of end game, you know, make it be longevity and promote the crap out of it. Make it kind of be just as annoying on the internet as Genshin is for the ads, you know, get it out there. Right. Don't fuck around like you did for PGR. You know, I didn't get access to the closed beta. I really want the closed beta access. I would love closed beta access. The amount of content I could make off of that would be insane. But until they do that again, I'm waiting for it. But that's gonna be it for the video. I hope the game is like super fucking successful. I really want to play it. I'm really excited to play it. But we'll see where it goes from here. So I'm gonna leave it off on that, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.